Hey everybody, the full moon in Capricorn is coming on Friday, June 21st, 7:08 p.m. Eastern Time. What does this mean for you? We're going to discuss it all, so keep watching. So welcome to the channel, or welcome back. Yes, I am finally posting again. I will leave an update about my situation at the end of the video. You can fast forward to that. You may hear it still in my voice. Whatever this has been has really hung on, but I finally do feel better to film. All right, so we're going to do a tarot reading for each sign, timestamps in the description, but let's first discuss the astrology of the full moon in Capricorn. It's very interesting. So this is a first of two full moons in Capricorn. We're having another one in July on the 21st. So these full moons are very significant because they're bookends. The one on June 21st is at 1 degree Capricorn, and the one in July is at 29 degrees Capricorn. So we are having what I'm calling this first full moon. It's the beginning of the end. Okay, now I don't mean that to sound dire, but it's the beginning of the end of these long transformations that we have had going on since 2008 when Pluto entered Capricorn, because it's very significant that the full moon in July is going to be very close to Pluto. And these are the last full moons in Capricorn of the Pluto in Capricorn transit. So we know that full moons bring illumination, they can bring endings, and that's what we have going on. So I think this first full moon at 1 degree is going to be highlighting the beginning of the end. I think the one in July will be the final wrap up of what also gets illuminated at this first full moon in Capricorn. I hope that makes sense. So we will of course do a separate video on the one for July, but I think that one's interesting too because it is trine Uranus. So I think that there can be a very surprising wrap up, turn of events, situations happening over this next 2 months, really, about this next month. And of course, it's also significant that the full moon in Capricorn is happening on the day of the summer solstice. Apologies to my viewers down under. So you could also say really that this is a major illumination of long-standing situations that will be wrapping up even over the next 3 months if we look at it from the solstice until we have the fall equinox, right, in September. And of course, we have a big karmic full moon eclipse in Pisces in the middle of September as well, adding another element of this kind of karmic cleanup, wrap-up of situations. So very, very interesting. Of course, look to where Capricorn is in your chart, but Capricorn is about structures, right? It can be about big business, big government structures. But of course, it depends on where you have it also in your chart. And I would also look to the Pisces area of your chart as well in prelude to the full moon lunar eclipse in the middle of September. We know Saturn is in Pisces. Saturn rules Capricorn. So you see we have these energies kind of dovetailing and interacting with one another. So there may again be like structural cleanups and situations finally shifting over these next several months in terms of Capricorn and Pisces in your chart, in terms of anything to do with Saturn, right? Anything to do with Saturn. So duties, obligations, karmic cleanup, as I was saying, responsibilities, kind of getting serious about the Capricorn and Pisces area of your chart. So very interesting themes. It's important always to look at your own chart really and see what's happening. If you need help with that, of course, you can book a reading with me, but really look at your own chart, see where that's affecting you in those houses of your chart. And look where things started changing in 2008 for you when Pluto first entered Capricorn. Look and find the threads of the karmic situations, the karmic wrap-ups, all of that type of thing, right? Because those are the situations that are going to be, coming to some sort of conclusion for you over the next several months. But the major illumination points are these two full moons in Capricorn. It's very much an energy of all's well that ends well, especially for the one in July with it trine Uranus with some sort of like little surprise, I think. So, you know, the thing with these long transits is we can get bogged down in the weeds sometimes. We think things never change. We think things are always going to be hard. But the thing we have to remember about Capricorn and the thing we have to remember about Saturn is that if you do the work, if you act like a responsible adult, I know, okay, but if you do, Saturn usually brings rewards. They may be delayed rewards, but eventually they come around if you have done the right thing and if you have learned your lessons. So leave a comment. Let me know where this is happening for you in your chart. It's always interesting to hear what maybe changed in 2008. Where do you see threads happening for you, connecting into energies that are happening now and over the summer? What do you anticipate? And, you know, share your experiences in the comments. It helps other people as well. With my favorite deck for full moon readings, let's get a message for each sign. Let's just see what might be illuminated for you at this full moon in Capricorn. Watch for your rising sign first and then your sun sign. All right, Aries, let's get a message for you for this full moon in Capricorn. Of course, Capricorn's your 10th house of career. You may have had a lot of changes. Things are going to be wrapping up for you, shifting gears in your career zone. But let's see what we have going on. We're just going to get a general message. We have the Four of Cups. We have the Ace of Swords. And we have the Nine of Wands. I feel like a prayer is going to be answered for you. Okay, this is what I feel. Okay, look at this gorgeous Ace of Swords here. There is some important message that's coming in that's going to free you from emotional overwhelm, emotional stagnation, just feeling down in the dumps, feeling just low about something. It doesn't have to be your career, but it might be. It could be really anything. Okay, well, like I said, we'll do general energy readings here. But this Ace of Swords is beautiful because it is about the gift of clarity. And I love an Ace of Swords because it cuts through all sorts of shenanigans. So if you've been giving yourself your own shenanigans, hey, Four of Cups can sometimes be like when we're our own worst enemy. And if you've just been pushing so hard, Nine of Wands, that, you've been kind of just not helping yourself because you've been pushing too hard. And you're also drained, right? You're emotionally drained, you're physically drained. This full moon in Capricorn may be really showing you how that has to change, and it may be giving the answer to a prayer to have it change in some way. So you may be getting immense clarity on how to solve a problem in your life, particularly something with your career, but it could also be some sort of brilliant idea to free yourself from an overwhelming structure in your life, an overwhelming burden, both emotionally and physically. Now, you can see the big full moon here. I mean, it is possible that the universe does this for you. Like I said, I'm getting really some sort of answer to a prayer. It doesn't necessarily mean that you've got to take up that sword and do it yourself. I mean, you might, but it could also just be that the universe does this. So this is very, very interesting. It's been hard. I mean, this Four of Cups, Nine of Wands, it's been relentless in terms of perhaps some sort of stagnation on some level in your life. But that is about to shift big time. I love this for you. I also feel like it's going to be incumbent upon you to take action over the next couple of months to continue with whatever this represents for you, this Ace of Swords. In other words, the prayer gets answered, but then what do you do after that, right? It's not just like you just sit back and then that's it, right? It's like you're going to be called to task in a way, right? We're still talking Saturn here because we don't finish up with all things Plutonian in Capricorn until November of 2024. It's still going to be incumbent upon you to, work the miracle after the prayer gets answered. Okay, so But I feel like it's interesting. This is in the middle, sandwiched in between. It's like this sword, like here you are with these two situations, right? And this sword comes in like and blows those out, blows them out. So there is some new idea in your life. That could be the miracle too, right? Of how to solve the problem. Some new idea in your life that gets this illumination that you're like, that's it. Eureka. That is where I need to go and build anew. So those of you who are stuck in some place that is not satisfactory to you, you've been wanting to build a new life or a new career somewhere else, this is going to really help. This energy that's coming in at this first full moon in Capricorn, giving you that burst of energy and idea to move forward. All right, Taurus, let's see what you need to know about this first Capricorn full moon. It is happening in your 9th house of the big picture perspective of your life, of where you see your life headed, where are you going, what are you doing. So let's see what we got for you, Taurus. Taurus. Oh, we got some Hermitage. And we have a King of Cups. And we have a 2 of Swords. I cannot end on a 2 of Swords. And we have a 2 of Cups. Okay. Oh, sorry. Cat here. Bobo is on his little cat tree. He's still with me, by the way. Okay. All right. So some sort of emotional isolation is going to start coming to an end. Okay, whatever, I feel like, I mean, we're heading into Cancer season. Here it is with this King of Cups at this Capricorn full moon, but this is also in play for the month of July, right? This emotional isolation is coming to an end. You are finally going to reach out and connect with people again. If you have been if you've been isolated on the back burner, so to speak, for whatever reason, maybe you've just been going through a lot of stuff. You've just been processing through, something, or maybe you've been hidden away working on a creative project. This is your 5th house, after all, of creativity. Whatever it is, like you have been, kind of not on the scene, so to speak. You're about to come back on the scene. You're about to reconnect. But you needed that time out, this thing here. Also, there is somebody in your life that has your back. Okay, this 2 of Cups. They're waiting to hear from you. I suggest that you reach out to them. Okay, you reach out to them at this Capricorn full moon. They've been kind of trying to give you your space, because they know you're going through something important. You're going through a major shift in perspective, emotional and mental, with this 2 of Swords here and this King of Cups. It may be a water sign, right, with this 2 of Cups energy here, who's waiting to hear from you. But I mean, it doesn't have to be. It could be a Virgo. Okay, so I think it's going to be important for you to reconnect with someone close to you at this full moon in order for you to get a broader perspective on your situation, like a good heart-to-heart talk with somebody. Because you have been isolated. You've been too much like in your own head, in your own thing. And that's okay. Sometimes we have to do that. But this is saying that time now is over. Let's regroup and connect with someone close. So that's what I would say with this particular energy, because again, it should be somebody you trust, somebody that you know. I mean, 2 of Cups is a good energy that, they don't take it personal that you kind of stepped away for a little while, because, they're not like that. They understand what's going on with you. Okay, but it's helpful sometimes, especially because this full moon's in your 9th house of, like I said, the broader perspective of your life, to get feedback from someone else. Run ideas by them, have that little, lunch or dinner or coffee time, and you get together, and it really just helps put everything into perspective. So I think that's important for you at this first full moon, because you are recalibrating. You're going to start moving in a different direction. And that will also become very clear to you at that second full moon in Capricorn in July. Okay, but you may need to just get some, feedback. I'm not really feeling like a reality check. That's not what I'm feeling. I'm just feeling more like that, just having like emotional, I don't want to even say validation, because that makes it sound like you're not connected with yourself, and you are connected with yourself. So I don't know what the word is that I'm looking for here, but I think just having that connection with somebody else and sharing ideas that you have for your future and just getting some feedback. Again, not criticism, not like that you need validation or anything like that, but just that flow of energy. And also too, you might be surprised, like with that Two of Cups, maybe they're going to try to help you in some way. You're not asking for help, but they may say, hey, I'm excited for you. If you need help with XYZ, I'm here for you. It could be something like that. All right, my beautiful Gemini friends, I haven't forgotten you about your birthday reading. I will be doing it. It may be a little late because I also have a lot of obligations this upcoming week. So with my family, but I haven't forgotten you, and I will get it done. Okay, so stay tuned for that. How is Jupiter in your sign treating you, Gemini? I would love to hear. All right, so this full moon is happening in your 8th house of major transformation: sex, death, taxes, other people's money, inheritances, all of these types of things. So, wow. And of course, you've had Pluto going through this house of major transformation. I mean, Pluto going through the 8th house just puts you through the ringer. Like, it really forces you to confront all sorts of shadow stuff and deal with a lot of things that need to come up for healing and regeneration, right? So you are now coming to the end of this very long, very intense cycle. So let's see. And with Jupiter in your sign, let's hope this also brings some goodies for you at this full moon. Okay, so let's see what we need to know about this for you, Gemini. Got 5 of Swords. Great. Oh, but the star. Okay. Oh, and a 2 of Cups. Now, I shuffled. We just had that for Taurus, but that is beautiful. So, it's not easy. This, I always call this card Mother Hell. Right? This 5 of Swords. But, Pluto going through your 8th house. It's just not easy. You've had that since 2008. And it is a Mother Hell situation with that. It's a lot of mental anxiety. It can be, absolutely, because it forces you to confront shadow material. This is very much, and a theme in this card here. But this is healing. This is the star. So there, and this is your 9th house of where you see yourself going. This is where Pluto's going to be next in your, for you in the astrological wheel in the 9th house. So you will see that everything that you have been through, you've gone through, you've grown through, there is healing on the other side of all this stuff you've been through. And I think you're going to get some sort of major healing and show that you're going in a brand new direction. This could be related to anything in your life that you have been sincerely wishing and praying for, the star card. So it could be a job, it could be a relationship, it could be a creative situation, it could be something with your children. I mean, whatever it might be. There is news coming to you with this 2 of Cups here. There is an offer, there is a deal, there is support, there is somebody who has your back. This is beautiful. But the other thing is that you are ready for this up-leveling of whatever this opportunity is because you addressed this 5 of Swords. Now, you might have been worried. Maybe you've already put this wish out into the universe and you haven't heard the news yet. And so you're stressing. You're like, the news is arriving. Here it is. The star and the 2 of Cups. It's going to be very good news for you at this full moon in Capricorn. Okay? So whatever you have worked through since 2008, all the struggles, all the things, you're going to see evidence that what you had to grow through has prepared you for this moment, this bright and shining moment. I mean, this star card is so beautiful. You are ready for this next opportunity, Gemini. So stop stressing and just know that it is arriving in divine timing. All right, Cancer. So you've had Pluto in your 7th house of relationships since 2008. and we have this full moon happening in your house of relationships. So major shifts in who's in your life, who's in, who's out since 2008, right? All right, so let's see what we got going on for you. Your message. Somebody could come back out of the blue. It's very possible. Who you haven't heard from in a while. Or maybe you thought you'd never hear from them again. It's very possible. But it's not because they're coming back for good. It's because it is the final wrap up with this situation. Now, maybe they don't physically show up. Maybe they appear in a dream, or you find something of theirs that you didn't realize you had. There's some way that somebody's presence from your past will make itself known. But it is for some sort of, a karmic illumination to put that to rest. Okay, so this is in play for you. So let's see. Cancer, let's see what we have. We have the Page of Pentacles. And there's your energy. Queen of Cups. Oh, wow. And a King of Pentacles. There's something very tangible. I think it's going to be tangible. Okay. Now, of course, we can have dreams that, where it seems so real, like it really did happen. But I don't think this person's going to show up in a dream. I think it's more likely to be something that you could experience with your five senses. Like you find an old letter they wrote you. Yes, back in the day when people did that. Okay, or you find a bunch of old photos, or memories pop up on your timeline or something like that you totally forgot about from like 15 years ago. It's something like that, but it's tangible because we got the two pentacles here. But notice we have the King of Pentacles, which is the Capricorn energy also. And with these two pentacles, what this is saying to me is there was a long journey for you with something to do with your self-worth, because we start with the Page, we end with the King. And here you are smack dab in the middle. So you had a long transformative journey about what you deserve from other people, and really stepping into your power and understanding that you don't deserve to be treated, in ways that are not, aligned, that are abusive or upsetting, you don't have to put up with that. So I think that this may be coming back around to show you that, to show you how far you have come in your own personal evolution with getting rid of the deadwood in your life of people who are takers, people who are users, people who are abusers, etc. Because you have realized that you deserve so much more. So I think that's more likely here. It may be that they come back, or you hear of them, or there's something brewing at this first Capricorn full moon, because it's interesting, we have double Capricorn here, and then the second Capricorn full moon, there's something else that goes on. So it's possible that there's two situations, two scenarios. Okay, but you're in the middle. So it's up to you. You're going to take charge of this situation, and you're going to put this to rest once and for all, is what I am feeling here with this energy. Now, it is possible that you could be meeting somebody new. If you're in the dating world, you could be meeting somebody new who is going to value you. Okay, with these energies here. You're going to start slow, but it could be somebody who is going to treat you properly with this King of Pentacles here. Probably an earth sign. Okay, so that's another possibility with these energies. There's some sort of new situation brewing for you romantically. But again, there may be something where you still need to put the past to rest, so to speak, before you fully invest yourself emotionally into the new thing. And that's a process that's happening over the next couple months with these full moons. All right, Leo, you have a full moon in your 6th house of work and well-being. Let's see what we need to know for you, Leos. Leos. A 9 of Cups, very nice. Oh, but the Capricorn. And the 7 of Wands. All right, wow. Okay, so there is a wish here to shift some sort of toxic, intractable situation with the devil here. Wishing is not going to make it so, okay? There's something going on here where you have to put a very firm boundary into place. This is our Mars energy here. This is also your energy end of July. So this is, you know, I call this the Ring of Fire card. She's got this circle around her. The boundary is your energy. It's the fire energy. There's somebody here who doesn't understand boundaries, the devil. There's somebody who's a thorn in your side. Okay, and this situation also may be affecting your well-being, because this is full moon's also happening in that it's well-being issues, also 6th house. There is the wish to be free from it. There is the wish to heal from this. There is, you know, this strong desire to get rid of whatever this thorn in your side may be. And the thorn in your side could be some chronic, you know, health situation also. It's possible. Okay, but the 7 of Wands here is about how are you going to use your energy to deal with this. It's not just going to shift miraculously. There's something here about your boundaries and you saying enough is enough. You know, you're a very benevolent sign. Like you know, sometimes you give people an inch and they take a mile, you know, that old expression, like no more. Like whatever this is, this person is very selfish. If you're dealing with another person, they're very selfish. They're very manipulative. It's about their own agenda. And also I'm getting a buzz. They may be promising you something, but they're not going to deliver on it. Maybe is that the thing that's finally going to annoy you so much that you put a boundary in place and get them out of your life? It's possible. Okay? But there's something coming to a head at this full moon where I think you're putting your foot down and realizing their agenda and you're saying enough is enough. They're not going to like it. So I think this is interesting. And this is sometimes hard to shake, this devil, which is, I think, interesting. Again, we have these 2 full moons. So this may take you these 2 full moons to finally get rid of this situation. But I think you're gonna do it. You're gonna be victorious because, as I said, I feel like this is a last straw moment. You're putting your foot down. But it may take them another month before they finally get the message, and you may have another slight battle on your hands in July also, you know, to get them to back the F off. All right, Virgos, so we have a full moon in your 5th house of love, romance, creativity, taking risks, entrepreneurial life. So let's see. I think it's going to be very interesting. I think you're going to see at this full moon, you know, what's going on, maybe with some sort of creative project you've been investing your energy in. Hold on, this card fell out. I feel like if you've been waiting on an answer, like this is the time, like is a person in or out of this relationship, whether it's you or the other person? Is this happening? Is this a commitment? Is it not happening? You know, whatever's going on here. Is this business viable? Is it going to go forward? Is it happening? Those are the themes. All right, Virgos, let's see what we have. And of course, since 2008, you've had major changes to your romantic life, to your creative life, maybe something to do with children. Okay, so let's see. Virgos, oh, a Page of Pentacles. And a 7 of Cups. And a 6 of Wands. Okay. This is very nice. So there might be some good news coming at this Capricorn full moon with this Page of Coins of something that you have been really, really, really wishing for. Something that's on your, you know, bucket list, so to speak. 6 of Wands, excellent energy for moving forward in a leadership position, especially with something literary, creative, media-oriented, business, entrepreneurial oriented, all those types of things. Something where your energy is vital in producing the thing, in leading the thing. So this is fantastic. There may be a contract involved with this Page of Pentacles. Again, the Capricorn energy is coming out. Here's this full moon. I would say just the one thing, like really look at the details involved here, Virgo. At this full moon. I mean, I think you're going to be so excited. You may just jump and say yes. You know, you may not look at the fine print. which is unlike you because, you know, you're the master of fine print. But I think that you're just so excited about this happening, this dream coming to fruition finally, that you may just forego the finer details. I would say don't forego them with this Page of Coins. There's nothing negative here, but just look at the details. Because of the Seven of Cups, I mean, Seven of Cups sometimes can be illusory, can be, you know, your head in the clouds, so you miss something important. So just keep that in mind. Again, nothing negative here. But get ready. I think that there's going to be some very interesting things that will move quickly for you over the next month and into the next, you know, Capricorn full moon. So there's a connection here between something that comes in and offer, something you may say yes to, some responsibility you may take on that further develops in July. So really interesting, exciting energies here, Virgo. All right, Libras, how are you guys doing? The South Node is still going through your sign. What's been shifting? What's been changing for you? Interesting that we have 2 full moons in your 4th house of the foundation of your life, where you're living, how you're living, who you're living with. So could be some very interesting things brewing in that area. And of course, the South Node going through your sign is a time of letting go of things that are time to, you know, things you have to wrap up karmically, right? So there could be things going on with people you consider family. As I said, where you're living, there may be some shifts starting to occur for you. You may have to make some decisions about those things at these Capricorn full moons that may continue into September, as I said in the prologue to this video, with maybe a change also in work for you, since the full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces is in your house of work and well-being. So you may decide, in other words, at these 2 Capricorn full moons, that you need to move for your health in some way. You know, I mean, that's possible. Or again, you need to move for work to have better opportunities. So let's see what's going on, Libras. Okay, let us see. Ah, 5 of Swords. Oh, there's your energy, the Justice and the Hierophant. Okay. You are going to be shown the way spiritually. Okay, I can look at the guide. Yes, the Hierophant is usually more like organized religion, sure. It's the Taurus house. It is your 8th house of other people's resources. But it can be a card of karmic lessons, especially for you because it's your 8th house, this Taurus guide energy. Uranus is there, as we know. So, things are going to even out and balance out for you. I mean, here's your energy. Because we have this 5 of Swords, there is something that is worrying you. Okay. And this is a very karmic, shadowy card for me here. It's this girl crying in the corner. So it could be that you're dealing with shadow material. That's very much 8th house. Maybe you're dealing with some sort of imbalance issue. Could be health related, like a vertigo or something like that. You could be dealing, or some other type of imbalance, like a hormonal imbalance, a sugar imbalance, you know, things of that nature. But you're in the middle here. I think you're going to get yourself straightened out, whatever is going on. But there's something facing you about a deeper transformation, maybe something more spiritual, like really following the needs of your spirit and of your body and of healing, that may be connected with this 4th house. I mean, if you think about it, you know, the 4th house is our home, but where do we live? We live in our body, right? I mean, your body is your home. So there may be things like coming up that are going to show you, there's some guidance you may need about changing things with your physical body, which ties in very much with this Saturn in your 6th house of well-being in Pisces right now. And the thing is, if you have Libra rising and having 6th house Pisces, Neptune is there currently transiting and has been for a while. It's hard having, you know, I think Pisces as your 6th house because ruled by Neptune, things can be hard sometimes to get a diagnosis, right? There could just be things that are unclear. So there may be something like that going on. There may be a need at this Capricorn full moon showing you where you need a better doctor. You need guidance to kind of get yourself back on track. I mean, that's possible. But I'm also feeling like, again, if there's something involving resources, getting the resources that you need also to make a move, right? Because this is happening in your 4th house, these 2 full moons. So there may be some research, some things you're going to find out to quell your worries about what you need in order to make a significant change in your life, possibly by your birthday, in terms of where you're living and how you're living. Okay? So I would say, since this is somebody who's in a position of authority to give guidance, it might be important for you, instead of just getting yourself in a tiz and worrying, it might be important for you to seek out somebody who has medical credentials, financial advisor credentials, real estate credentials, somebody who has the information at a professional level that is going to help you in these changes that may be coming for you in these areas of your life. Okay, so, and here you are in the middle. It's up to you, right? It's up to you to figure out what you need. This is very much about you and shoring up the foundation of your life and doing what you need to do to take care of yourself. Okay, resources are there for you in terms of people who have knowledge and advice, but it's up to you to seek it out. And this Capricorn, these 2 Capricorn full moons may help you with that. Scorpio, you have a full moon in your 3rd house of communications, writing, speaking, teaching, networking, sales, your local neighborhood, transportation. 2 full moons in this area. So let's see what you need to know. Is it time to get a new car? If it is, make sure you do it before the end of July, because Mercury's going retrograde in August. 3rd house rules transportation. There could be very important messages coming to you and important decisions. 3rd house is your mind, right? Important messages, communications, decisions, and paperwork affecting you these next 2 full moons in Capricorn. Okay, so let's see what we have for you. Scorpio, we have a 5 of Cups, and we have the Lovers, your Gemini, and we have the Virgo, the Hermit. Okay. I think what's going on here, you're going to be faced with a choice. And it may be, because the 5 of Cups is here. I don't feel like there's sadness, though. I'm feeling more, sadness isn't even the right word, maybe melancholy. We can't do everything, right? Like when you make a choice over here, it could shut a door over here. That's just life, right? You cannot take every conceivable door and opportunity and think, like, it just doesn't work like that, right? So I feel like there's a very important decision you're about to make. This is this 3rd house of the mind, about the direction you see yourself going in your life. Okay, this is your 8th house here, the Gemini. That's where Jupiter is currently. And the Virgo, which is your 11th house. Yes, 11th house of hopes and wishes and dreams. So there is an important transformational choice that you need alone time to figure out, because you understand that by making this choice and doing this thing, it's going to shut off the other opportunity. Now, I mean, it's possible. Like, opportunities sometimes can come around again. It can happen. Absolutely. But I feel like this is such a significant decision here. There's something going on that it may close the door on something else. Okay, so I hope that's clear. You want to be really sure, and you're going to be sure, I feel, by that second Capricorn full moon. Take your time in making this decision, but there's information coming in. There's some sort of, this is 8th house, so it could be some sort of information that is of a deep transformative nature for you in some way. It could be having something to do with other people's money. It could be a financial settlement. It could be, I like specific examples. It could be the type of thing that if this is going on in your life and you're waiting to hear about a financial settlement, and you finally hear about it, but then you're like, okay, now I finally am wrapping that up and I have that money from my retirement. I'm ready to go, or I won the court case, or whatever it is, right? But now, what do I do? What road do I take? Right? It's that type of thing. Or, I've transformed out. I'm ready to leave this relationship behind. Or I'm ready to try being in a relationship, right? It's all like, if I try this, I shut the door on that. So you get what I'm saying. And that's the thing about the 5 of Cups. It's like, we look back on our lives, right? And it doesn't matter how old you are. You look back and you're like, well, what if I did that instead? So that can be a very sticky place to get yourself into. Really, the Lovers is here in the middle. This is your heart. Really tune in with your heart space and know that you're going to make the right decision. You will. But really tune in spiritually. Also, this is very spiritual energy, this Hermit. Meet with your spirit team. Ask your spirit guides. Spend some time in quiet contemplation, because this is something significant that's coming up for you. You don't want to have regrets. Okay, true, with this 5 of Cups. But also you have that perspective, Scorpio, that, yes, as the poet Robert Frost says, way leads onto way. You choose this road less traveled over here, but you can't take that one. This is what life is. It's okay. Sagittarius, there are 2 full moons in your 2nd house of show me the money, self-worth, self-esteem. Let's see what you need to know about these for your life, Sagittarius. Big money changes and money growth, money transformation, since Pluto has been in your money house since 2008. All right, let's see what we have. We have a number 8. We have the Leo, the strength. And we have the 2 of Cups. And we have the King of Cups. Okay. So there is some sort of situation that's going to be playing out for you. This is all of Cancer season, which is what we're talking about. This full moon starts in Cancer season and goes till the 2nd full moon, the end of Cancer season. I feel like it is very possible that there's some sort of offer that is on the table for you at some point over the next 2 months. It may not happen till the second full moon, because we got the Cancer energy showing up here. But I think what's important here with this Strength card is for you to feel really solid in yourself, which I think you do. You've been through enormous personal growth in this 2nd house of self-esteem and self-worth. Continue to keep the faith. This is very much heart-centered energy. Keep the faith that whatever you have percolating in your money house, here's the 2, right? Whatever you have percolating in your money house will arrive in divine timing, and this is supported by the universe, and there is an offer. It is coming. Here it is, this 2 of Cups. It's going to make you feel very emotionally secure, which you already feel that way about yourself. Here's this beautiful energy here, but I think you're going to feel that way even stronger about your finances. I think you're heading in the right direction. Okay, so kind of really keep the faith. The Strength card is very much a faith-based energy as well. The Leo energy is your 9th house of where you see yourself going in your life, the big picture. Things are falling into place for you. It is always about the divine timing, as we know. It could be that there is an initial offer coming or some important news at this 1st full moon that then gets developed at the 2nd full moon. So it's the type of thing, maybe you get the job offer at the first full moon, but you don't start until the second full moon, right? It's like that type of thing. Or you start, which in Leo season, the end of July, could be something like that. It's really about emotionally keeping the faith and staying positive within yourself and knowing that you're amazing, that you have so much to offer. You have many strengths, right? The strength card, many strengths. And there is somebody who is going to be recognizing that, and somebody who is possibly going to offer you the deal of a lifetime. Capricorn. Oh my goodness. 2 full moons in your sign to end with this grand finale flourish of Pluto in Capricorn since 2008. Of course, he won't fully get out of our sign until November, but that's okay. I just had to pause the video because I sneezed. I think I'm allergic to Pluto and Capricorn. Okay. Anyway, it has been a long, long road. I'm sure all of us with strong Capricorn in our chart can tell many stories of things that happened during that time. For me, and I've been thinking a lot about this, when Pluto first went into Capricorn in 2008, that's when my mother died. My father is really not doing well. I am feeling like with these final full moons, in Capricorn, that we're coming to the end of the chapter with him very soon. He is in hospice care right now. So, it's like the cycle that started, because I really had to kind of look out for him after my mother passed away. The cycle that started in 2008, and we're continuing it until now, and things are getting ready to wrap up and shift with all of that. So, look at your own life too. Look at what went on, especially when Pluto first entered Capricorn, and see if there's threads and echoes. This is very personal to Capricorn right now, right? I mean, it's very personal. 2 full moons in your sign. It's like very rare for that to happen. I mean, it's not like super rare, but it's fairly rare. And, I think with this karmic Plutonian wrap up, Pluto's going to get, retrograde into Capricorn before he goes direct again and is out of there finally forever in November, right? This is huge. This is really a time for Capricorn to take a moment and look at the historical perspective of your life and all the things that changed foundationally, fundamentally in you, right? It's in your first house of the body, of the self, of identity, of how other people see you, how you show up in the world. It's this Pluto, when it goes through your first house, is huge. The Aquarians will soon find out. They will find out. So also, I would encourage you, Capricorn, right now with these 2 full moons, to celebrate yourself, celebrate your journey, honor your journey in some way. I don't know, whatever you want to do for yourself. I suggest doing something nice for yourself, which Capricorns don't often do, right? Because whatever, right? Ruled by Saturn, we don't often do just nice things for ourselves just because. I suggest, to do that, to really mark these important time markers in our lives and this important journey that we have been on. Okay, I would suggest that with these 2 full moons. All right, so let's see what we got. Capricorn. What is going on? We're talking about Capricorn. We're talking about you. We got the Ace of Pentacles. And the Queen of Cups. And the 9 of Pentacles. Owning your emotional desires and starting something new. Okay? I think you're ready. Like there's a bold, brand new adventure that you're getting ready for these next couple of months with these 2 full moons. This is the Virgo. We love a 9 of Pentacles, right? This is being independent, taking care of yourself, having the focused efforts result in bountiful fruit. The focused efforts that you have been placing on developing yourself, Ace of Pentacles, since 2008. and looking perhaps sometimes at very tough things emotionally. Queen of Cups. That Capricorn, yeah, sometimes doesn't want it, but you were forced to with Pluto going through your sign. You had to really get down into the emotional basement in Capricorn land and look at stuff that was buried down there. That's what Pluto does. He excavates, right? But it made you stronger. And here you are, right? Look at these two earth energies that are over this Queen of Pentacles. You are so strong. I know that you've been through shit. Trust me, I know. My Capricorn rising knows very well. Okay? Sorry for the language, but we know that it was, you know, okay? At some points. It wasn't all that way, but there were moments. Okay, so the Nine of Pentacles. You are coming through this stronger than ever, but more importantly, these two full moons, you're going to see how strong you are emotionally. And also, you are getting ready for something new. It's here. This Ace of Pentacles. There could be some sort of news of an offer coming in to start a new life, to move in a bold new direction, to embark upon some sort of prosperous new endeavor. Maybe you're starting something new for yourself, or something else is going on. Maybe you're going to move to a more prosperous location. Nine of Pentacles. Whatever you got going on, there is about to be a new journey underway for you in your money life. And that, of course, will be ramped up, amped up with Pluto going into that second house of money for you in November. Okay, so I'm saying with this, I feel like you're laying the groundwork, but it's also about honoring the self for this new, perhaps financial agenda that you're going to be embarking upon. Some new thing. I know sometimes, you know, I've heard in the comments, like, people are like a little freaked out about Pluto in the second house. It doesn't mean you're going to end up in the poorhouse. Is a Capricorn ever going to end up in the poorhouse? No. Okay? No. But it does mean, with Pluto in your second house, that you need to transform how you make your money. And that's what I think this is about. There's something with these two full moons in your sign that's going to get the wheels spinning for you about how you can transform, and that you are emotionally ready to transform in some way how you're going to earn your money, and maybe where you're going to be earning your money with this Nine of Pentacles. Okay? So there may be something you're going to be pivoting a little bit. Now, again, it's not that you necessarily pivot now. You may not pivot till Virgo season. You may not pivot until 9 months from now. It's possible. But the wheels get set in motion with these two full moons. You are emotionally ready for some sort of new way that you're going to be making some money. Aquarius, you have two full moons in your 12th house of your subconscious, things behind the scenes, dreams, where you sabotage yourself. Okay, so it is time for a major clear out in your life with these two Capricorn full moons. Pluto's been transiting this 12th house, bringing all sorts of stuff to the surface for you since 2008. A long, long psychological, emotional purging process to prepare you for Pluto's entry again into your sign. I mean, he already entered your sign once, but he's coming back around. Oh, look who's here. Look who's here. Carrying on the Ariel tradition of showing up for the Aquarius reading. Why am I out of focus? I think because the cat's tail. There we go. Okay. All right. So this is an immense preparatory period for you with two full moons in your 12th house to release once and for all any baggage that's going to weigh you down. You got to be ready to move and groove with Pluto going through your sign starting in November again. Okay? So anything you can do over the next month at these two full moons to release yourself from karmic obligations, to release yourself from clutter, to release yourself from, old bad habits, all of those types of things would be a good thing to do. Because when Pluto goes through your first house, it's all going to be about the new. And yes, Pluto does excavate. He will still do some excavation work in your first house, but it'll be a lot easier, hopefully, if you can get rid of some stuff beforehand. literally and figuratively speaking. Do you agree, Bobo? He agrees. He agrees. All right, let's see what we got, Aquarius. The High Priestess and the Six of Wands. And this Queen of Cups has been coming up quite a bit. Okay. There is something here about freeing yourself from emotional baggage that keeps you hidden away. In whatever way that means for you. That keeps you from showing up fully in your life in some way. It could be just one area of your life. Sometimes we can show up very fully in a career, but then at home, like we're like little mouses and we don't say anything, right? I mean, whatever. So there's some area of your life where with this High Priestess, it's like you're in the corner. That's me in the corner. It's time for you to be in the spotlight. You don't have to lose your religion to do it. I love that song. Did you see that? Did you see REM perform? They got together, right, for the Songwriters Hall of Fame. Wow, that was amazing. They just that one song though, but what a classic. But what we have here is a similar type thing, right? That's you in the corner, the High Priestess. Here's you in the spotlight, the Six of Wands. But then we have this full moon energy, like emotional baggage that keeps your light dimmed, that keeps your light and life, wow, hidden in some way. Freudian slip there. Right? Pluto going through your sign is going to bring you front and center stage. Aquarians, like your time in the spotlight is coming big time. The transformative energy of Aquarius is going to be so much in the frame from end of this year and going forward for the next 15, 16, 17 years. With Pluto in your sign, you're going to be the leaders, the movers, the shakers, the influencers, right? So, and that's what this Six of Wands is. And we also mean that in your personal life as well, taking on a greater role, a greater visible role in whatever way suits you. So with this Queen of Cups here, emotionally like figuring out where you still hold yourself back in some way. Because we have the High Priestess here. So that's what I feel is going on. In about 6 months time, here's the Six of Wands, you're going to be emerging, right, with Pluto in your sign again, all systems go. You may be, if you don't kind of clear things out now, you may be kind of put in the spotlight. Time to get ready for that. There's an opportunity. There's lots of new opportunities that are going to be headed your way. Clear out your past, let things go, and get emotionally aligned and ready for new adventures. Pisces, you have 2 full moons in your house of hopes and wishes and dreams. And of course, the ruler of those 2 full moons, Saturn, is in your sign. Very interesting energies here, Pisces. Have you been doing the work to make your dreams come true? If you have, it is very possible there could be some interesting news coming for you with these 2 full moons in Capricorn. So let's see what you need to know. Pisces. Let us see. Bobo's ear is really twitching. You can't see it, but I just keep seeing this thing out of the corner of my eye. His ear is like... Interesting. 8 of Wands. 8 of Swords. I can't end out of 5 of Swords. Ace of Cups. All right. Okay. So we got a little push me, pull you energy that's happening. We got to hurry up and wait. We got anxiety. The thing that is right for you is not going to pass you by. It's coming. Here's the Ace of Cups. It may be coming by the 2nd Capricorn full moon. You want options, 8 of Wands. But by the same token, it may feel like options are not coming, 8 of Swords. And thus, with this 5 of Swords, you're in anxiety mode. You're going into shadow material here. I always call this like the shadowy card. Mother hell energy. Like, you're just like, it's never going to happen for me. And you get yourself caught in your own web of anxiety because you don't see things rolling in. Or like things happen and you put energy toward it, but then you never hear anything. You're stuck in limbo land. Like, hello, like, is that going to happen? Here's the Ace of Cups. Aces for me are about the self. This is your energy. There is something beautiful on its way for you, to you, that is right for you. I have a feeling that these other things were not right in some way. And if you had gotten them, you would have gotten yourself into a situation that maybe would have been hard to get out of. So I think this is an exercise in trust. And there is a wish that is coming that is likely to be fulfilled at one of these Capricorn full moons, okay? With this beautiful Ace of Cups. It could be that you hear news of it at this first Capricorn full moon, and then it goes into effect the second Capricorn full moon. But it is something that is going to be beautifully aligned with your energy. It's going to lift your spirits. It's going to make you start a whole new, fresh emotional cycle with the Ace here. And you know, it's very interesting when we don't get what we want. I know myself, I could sometimes have a temper tantrum about it, but then I gotta like realize, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. You know, I gotta remember that, you know, what's meant for you doesn't pass you by, and rejection is protection, right? Like sometimes when we don't get what we want, it is a blessing in disguise. I feel like that is here. Maybe you might have felt that the universe was teasing you a little bit, playing with you a little bit with this Eight of Wands, like promising things and then it put the kibosh, like it didn't happen. That's okay. Sometimes you gotta like be presented with things, some options, you know, as a mutable sign, you know this, Pisces, just to like kind of think about it and explore it a little bit. But then you realize, man, maybe I didn't really want that. And that's okay. But the thing that you're ready to put your energy behind, the thing that is right for you, that you're going to be very excited about, is on its way. This beautiful Ace of Cups. There will be no doubt. When it arrives, you'll be like, 100% I'm there. So thank you so much for watching your full moon in Capricorn astrology and tarot energy reading. Really appreciate you guys. Appreciate all your patience. I do post on the community tab and on my Facebook page. If you're wondering what's going on, please check those two areas. I don't ever just disappear. I was very sick. You can still, I feel like I still sound very nasally. I keep hearing it. It's driving me crazy, but I was sick as F, dudes. I was so sick. Like, I think, you know, anything, I don't usually get things in the lungs. I don't get that. Never have. I always get throat. That's probably because Mercury's in Taurus, right? Rules the throat. That's probably why. But we know, I mean, I cried buckets of tears about Ariel. I was crying for 6 weeks, 8 weeks, no, more like 8 weeks over Ariel. From when I first found out she probably had cancer till when she passed away. So it's not like I wasn't mourning or grieving. I was. But I think I still had so much pent up sadness and tears, and grief goes to the lungs. That's where it goes, right? According to Louise Hay. So I'm thinking that I just had more grief I had to release, and my body was like, psh, you know, shut it down. Shut it down. Who knows what it was? I really don't care to know. Whatever it was, you know, but I know my own body, and I know when I just need, it's hard for a Capricorn rising, but, and an Aries, but I just need to lay on the sofa. And of course, complain and moan a little bit, okay? But you know, I just needed to lay on the sofa, and I couldn't talk. There was a couple days I really couldn't talk because my throat was so, you know, obnoxiously sore. So, and then I was tired, and it felt like a freight train hit me. And I just thought, you know what? I just got to rest. And I had a lot of, you know, as you can still hear, you know, phlegm, and not to be gross or anything, but, you know, pent up sadness. So it's important, you know, it's important to listen to your body. I've learned that over the years, very important. It's hard when, you rely on making videos and doing readings, and that's, how you earn your income, and then not to do that for a couple weeks, that's not optimal, but your health's got to come first, So I really appreciate your patience. Thank you so much. And thank you for all the beautiful comments and well wishes. I really sincerely appreciate them. The other thing that has been going on, which I mentioned in the Capricorn reading to this video, is that my father's very ill. Some of you may know he has dementia. We have now enlisted hospice care for him. He is just on a downward, it's just bad. That's the other thing that's been going on in the background as well. So, grief of his upcoming transition, just, of course, nobody knows when that will happen, but just that also percolating in the background has been weighing on me, has been on my mind. It's so, it's just been a little intense emotionally, but it's nothing I can't handle. But we have to just take care of ourselves, I mean, so I always feel bad when I can't show up for y'all, because I love making videos and, hanging out and discussing stuff and, doing all the things. But what can you do, right? Gotta take care of yourself. So this has been, it's been an intense time. It was intense with the Ariel situation. Bobo's been great, hanging out with me. I have some other thoughts in my mind about what's upcoming for me in the future that I'm not going to discuss, but I mean, I've been thinking about, kind of other things, direction in my life. I guess that's typical North Node going through your own sign, right? It brings up things of that nature. Like, where do you see yourself going? What's the next chapter for you? All of these types of things. It's not that I'm leaving the channel or anything like that, but just the other things going on in the background of my life. So I just like to share these things with you because, sometimes we can feel alone. Sometimes we can feel like we're the only ones going through these things. And I just want to also really emphasize it's okay to take care of yourself. It's okay, even though I sometimes I don't want to do it. I do it. Take care of yourself, listen to your heart, grieve what you need to grieve also. Like I was saying in this video with this Pluto, these 2 full moons in Capricorn, wrapping up this long Pluto transit, we're going through a major purging cycle right now, wrapping things up, moving on, figuring all these things out. And of course, North Node in Aries, which is about new beginnings too, right? We're supposed to wrap things up to have some new beginnings this year. So it's okay. It's okay. It's all gonna be well. Everything is well. It's all okay. So, and I'm not just saying that to say it to myself. I mean, I do sincerely believe that. I think it's important also to really think and consider about where you're putting your energy and what you are thinking about. And I don't like to tell people what to do, right? Because I can't stand it when people tell me what to do. But I would just invite you to consider what you are feeding your mind, what you're feeding your soul right now, and knowing what's best for you. Despite what everybody else is saying, right? Whatever. No, you know what's best for you. Do you take care of yourself, right? Take care of yourself, bottom line. And, see what these 2 full moons in Capricorn are going to bring. Very interesting. And also start thinking maybe about some new things for your life and what you'd like to create. And I know sometimes everybody's like, oh, but I don't have the money to do this, or I don't have this to do that, or I don't have that, or, coming from a position of lack. When you're thinking about, and I get that, okay, I get that. But when you're thinking about possibilities for your life, all we're asking you to do is put yourself in the energy of possibility, where there is no lack, right? Put yourself in the energy of imagination, of possibility, of all things are possible. And maybe that will start to shift some stuff in your life for you. Now, that doesn't mean to be all like airy-fairy and like we don't consider reality. No, like that's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying sometimes, you know, it goes back to what I was saying before about what are you feeding your spirit? Are you immediately putting a kibosh on anything new or dreams that you want to create in your life? Because you're like, well, I don't have money. I can't do this. I don't do it. You know, the universe has very mysterious ways of working to put you in interesting situations and positions. But really think about that. I think this is important as we're going through this big transition period about what you're feeding your mind and spirit in order to create new things in your life. Miracles can and do happen in very interesting and unexpected ways. And yes, I mean, I realize that the word miracle sometimes sounds really grandiose. But there are practical, everyday miracles that happen where things align, where doors open for you. You know, if a door opens for you, are you immediately going to be thinking, well, I don't like the color of that door, or it made a squeaking sound, so therefore I'm not going to walk through it? You see my point? So, you know, I don't know why I got on this tangent. I just felt it was important to say, I suppose. But beautiful changes are on the horizon. They are. And keep the faith. Use the energies, as I always say. And, you know, work through whatever grow through what you're going through. Work through whatever's going on. And you'll come out the other side. We all will. We all will. And we all will do it loving and supporting one another. All right. I love you guys. Thank you for listening to this long rambling thing. Take care. Bobo and I will see you again soon.